Show, the business podcast that gym goers love to binge on while they work out, with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. Make sure you check out our free course and our free guides over at 100mba.net. Today's episode is a guest teacher episode where we bring on an expert to teach you a lesson in their area of expertise. And today's guest teacher is very, very special to me, Michael Port. Michael's going to teach you how to steal the show in every performance in life. Whether it's an interview, a negotiation, a special dinner with somebody that you want to impress, he's going to show you how to bring the best version of you to any situation, whether it's on the stage or in any situation in life. I can't wait to get into it. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Edible Arrangements. Take the next steps in your entrepreneurial journey as an Edible Arrangements franchisee. Yes, the brand that's famous for fruit arrangements and chocolate-covered fruit is one of the best franchises to be a part of. Edible Arrangements franchisees join a brand with 16 years of growth, 1,200 stores, and millions of visitors to ediblearrangements.com. Discover why Entrepreneur Magazine named Edible Arrangements among the best of the best for 2015. Start your journey to sweet success as an Edible Arrangements franchisee at edible.com or call 1-888-727-4258. Again, that's 1-888-727-4258 or edible.com. Michael Port is both a New York Times bestseller and an Amazon bestseller. He wrote influential books like Book Yourself Solid, The Contrarian Effect, and The Think Big Manifesto. Michael's also the founder of the Book Yourself Solid School of Coach Training and Heroic Public Speaking. I had the pleasure to get to know Michael as a friend a little over a year ago, and we've become fast friends ever since. I have a huge amount of respect for the amount of value he offers every time he speaks, every time he provides any kind of value, a book, a course, and that's why I'm so excited to have him here today. He's been my personal mentor when it comes to public speaking. He's coached me, and the guy really knows his stuff. Ever since I started learning from him, I got invited to speak on stage 8 times this year. And that's really, really cool. That's why I'm super honored and super pumped to pass the mic to Michael Port, who's going to show us how to steal the show in any performance in life. This is applicable if you're in a job, if you're negotiating a deal, if you're pitching to investors. He's going to get really deep about the mindset you need to have. What are some of the things you're going to need to work out in yourself so you can steal the show with confidence? Also, guys, to celebrate the release of Michael's latest book, Steal the Show, I'm going to give away a free lifetime membership to the $100 MBA. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it absolutely free by supporting Michael's latest book. All right, I can't wait for this lesson, so take it away, Michael.
This is Michael Port, author of Steal the Show. And this is about stealing the show in all the performances of your life. Because think about it, how you perform in life's high-stakes situations determines the quality of your life. So if you fall flat when the spotlight is on you, not a lot happens. But if you can shine when the spotlight is on you, well, then you can steal the show. And you can do all of the things that you dream about. Performance, however, has a lot less to do with self-expression and more to do with self-understanding. Self-expression equals emoting. Self-understanding is expressing yourself with clear intent and purpose. You can be a critic or you can be a performer, but you can't be both. Anybody can tear something down. Building something better in its place is harder. It takes more risk. But ultimately, it means more to you and the people you serve. See, I have little interest in critics. Anyone can tear something down. And as I said, the trick is building something better in its place. And when you are a critic, then you see the world as a critical place. And if you see the world as a critical place, you are going to take fewer risks. And performances are won from the inside out. And you won't command and own your performances just by learning body language or elocution tips. The simplest way to overcome your stage fright is to know what you're doing. And if you want to know what you're doing, you start by finding your voice. Examine your prejudices about performing and scrape away your false persona, the persona that you've wrapped yourself up in. It creates armor to protect you from other criticism, to protect you from rejection. But all it does is it keeps the real you inside and doesn't let it out. So if you want to crush your fears and silence the critics in your head and the critics out in the cheap seats, you've got to do two things. You've got to find your voice and get rid of those voices in your head that tell you you're not enough, you don't know enough, you'll never be enough, because you are enough, you know enough, you are enough. And if you can silence the critics in your head, or at least just get them to quiet down, then you're not going to hear the critics in the cheap seats in quite the same way. And don't apologize when you don't need to apologize. Do not apologize for who you are. Do not apologize for your voice. There was a study presented in the Journal of Psychological Science in 2010, and it found that men and women are both willing to apologize, but men have a higher threshold for what they think they should apologize for. So if you apologize nonstop, if you apologize for your voice, if you apologize for what you stand for, please know that you are worthy of the moment, because it's easy to question yourself. What can I say that hasn't been said before? What can I do that hasn't been done before? You don't need to be different to make a difference. You don't need to be different to make a difference. How many mothers sing the same lullaby to their children? The baby doesn't care so much about the lullaby. What it cares about is its mother's voice. So it's not as important to say things perfectly, because it's not what you say that matters, but how you say it. So what if finding your true voice is about letting go of the inner critic? Because it's your voice that matters. If you think you're an imposter, if you're scared, or if you play at what you think a person in a particular role is supposed to be like, then you may feel like an imposter. You see, the irony there is that if you think you're an imposter, then you act like an imposter. And the fear of being found out is very powerful. But the power of speaking up is even more powerful. So the question is, what's more important to you? Approval or results? A woman named Lori, who was a CPA, came to one of my master classes. And she didn't come there to be a professional speaker. She came just to find her voice, she said. She had no desire to speak on stage whatsoever. And when she got up in front of others, many of whom were professional speakers, her hands were shaking, her voice was cracking and tiny, and she was holding on to note cards as if they would hold her up. And she started to talk about what she does and where she went to school. And it was pretty disconnected. So I snuck up on her and I took away her note cards. And she cursed at me under her breath. And I was shocked. But I was also delighted because it was the first honest thing I heard her say. I just asked her, I said, please, just tell us the truth. And she said, all her life, ever since she was a kid, she has been hiding. She will not speak up because when she was a kid, she had a lot to say. She had a lot of opinions and she shared them freely, and her mother did not like it. And one day she came to her mother with a big idea, and her mother yelled at her and said, no one wants to hear from you. And she slapped her across the face. And she said from that moment on, she stopped talking. And in a room that was filled with professional speakers, she was the only person in the room to bring everyone in the room to tears that day. So it's your voice that matters. If you want to steal the show in life's most important moments, not just on a stage, but in a job interview, in a negotiation, and even on a first date. because all of those performances, if they are authentic, allow you to create the narrative of the story of your life. Because everything you say and everything you do says something about you. And everything you say and everything you do that says something about you becomes the narrative that is the story of your life. So who is writing that story? Is it a script doctor or is it you? And I hope it's you. So I hope you keep thinking big about who you are and what you offer the world. And in the process, you go out there and steal the show. This is Michael Port. You can find me at stealtheshow.com, and you can pick up a book called Steal the Show. It is fantastic. It'll help you crush your fears, silence the critics, find your voice, and kill it on stage. Bye for now.
Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Digital Marketing Institute. Visit dmipostgrad.com to download a brochure from Digital Marketing Institute and find out why studying their postgraduate diploma in digital marketing is the perfect way to get ahead in a fast-paced, high-growth industry filled with exciting career opportunities and salaries. The Digital Marketing Institute is a leading global provider of digital education and has equipped over 10,000 students across the world. They've given them the skills and knowledge they need to excel in the digital industry. The postgraduate diploma is designed, developed, and taught by industry experts whose knowledge of cutting-edge trends and specialist experience will help shape you into an accomplished digital marketer with a skill set that covers everything from mobile, social media, and search marketing to digital strategy and planning. Studying online means you can enjoy 24-hour access to video lectures, downloadable support materials, and interactive quizzes, whether you're using your tablet during your morning commute, your mobile device on your lunch break, or at home on your laptop. Study wherever you want and whenever you want, and complete the course at a pace that suits you. Whether you want to secure a new job, move up in your current organization, or grow your own business, visit dmipostgrad.com to download a brochure for Digital Marketing Institute's postgraduate diploma in digital marketing and start realizing your digital career goals. What a great lesson by Michael Port. Thank you, Michael, for that amazing, amazing lesson. You could tell just by his delivery that he knows his stuff, that he can show you how you can deliver a great performance, whether on stage or any genuine performance in real life. As I mentioned at the start of the show, I want to celebrate the launch of Michael's latest book, Steal the Show. I want you all to pick up a copy because this book is dynamite. Now, as a special offer to you guys, the listeners of the $100 MBA Show, if you pick up a copy of Michael's book, Steal the Show, I will give you a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA Training and Community completely for free. All you got to do is go to stealtheshow.com, follow the instructions that Michael has right there, and then just email us your receipt of your purchase of the book. Just email us at contact@100mba.net. Once we receive your email, we will reply to you with a special promo code you can use at checkout to get your lifetime membership absolutely for free. But guys, this offer is limited. It's only for the next 2 weeks. So pick up your copy of Steal the Show at stealtheshow.com before October 20th. And by the way, when you buy a book, Michael includes a whole bunch of bonuses of his own, so check those out. I can't wait to see you guys inside the $100 MBA. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Michael was amazing as always. Guys, we got a whole lot more episodes coming up this week. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you get them all automatically. All right, guys, until tomorrow, I want to leave you with this. One of the best pieces of advice I got from Michael is that in order for something to feel natural, you have to do it over and over again. Just like riding a bike. When you ride a bike and you've been doing it for years, it just feels natural. Same thing with singing your favorite song. Or backing out of your driveway for that matter. Remember when the first time you drove and you were backing out of the driveway, you were hypersensitive. You were like looking around every single angle. Now you're on the phone, you're listening to music, you're backing out of your driveway, and it's all on autopilot. Same thing when it comes to any performance in life, whether on stage or one-on-one with somebody else. You're going to have to do it more than once, over and over, in order for it to feel natural. So give yourself the time, the practice, the rehearsal for you to feel natural with what you're doing. The funny thing is that most people won't put in that time, and therefore you have a competitive advantage by just doing the work. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then, guys. Take care.